know that curation is something that you've more recently got into. I know that in London, when you were studying, you were more focused on creating and performing as an artist yourself. And then, what about after moving to Shanghai? Like, how did you kind of become exposed to curating and also digital art?
I think I've always trying to find something that could help me naturally express my feeling. So originally I work as an artist. I very beginning choose book as the way I make things because I think book is easier to copy, easier to to publish, and easier to talk. It was cheap. It was cheap, so it would be a really starter friendly. So I started to do books, and then I found myself pretty fascinated with the sound because I think sound is um, pretty similar to books. I call it audiobook because sound to me is an audio form of book. It could be private, like you can read a book alone and you can listen to this video clip, this audio clip alone is private, and it could also be public, like you publish your books and it would be delivered to anywhere in the world, and just like the voice can be published online and anyone can listen to this. And so I switched to the sound a little bit, but I think sound sometimes is not enough for my expression, so I add a bit of performance because I feel pretty free when I use myself as a tool in my performance. So as a performer, I can have several personalities. I can be anyone, I can be anything, and I feel natural to do that. So that's why I choose these three ways, and as well as the installation. Installation is more like something happening when I'm not there. It's like another representative of me. So that's why I choose these mediums. So when I moved to Shanghai, I worked for an agency, uh, also a platform called Output. Output aims to work with top digital artists from all over the world, and they curate a lot of amazing exhibitions in China, including the last year. The one that get involved in is the opening ceremony in Arena Art Center, and also they have a really amazing show, a digital show in Forbidden City last year. So I think it makes something that you seen that I think was traditional. They bring them to life again, and it was fascinating and it's easier to understand. Just like when I was doing the concept art, the contemporary art, many people would find it, oh my god, it's so confusing. I can't understand it. It's so hard to understand, and I don't think it is something that I want. I would always consider art to me is a language that should be talk to anyone that I would like to talk. It should not be like a difficult language that only created for me. So I think that digital art just opened a door for me, a door that bring me to a more interactive, immersive, and easier to communicate way. So to my audience, to my target audience. So I think, uh, and I also found that I can work with the artist as a curator. I can be a different character and different role, play a different role in this practice. So it'll be it's like I'm getting familiar with this technique because I can learn a lot from them. So I will create my own digital works later, maybe next year. I still have a lot of things to learn, so I would like to work more with them. and I would like to see how people consider, how people think about digital art, because it's so new. It has so many different forms. It has so many techniques. It has so many to explore. So I'm part of that. I'm still learning. Curation project is also the way that I choose to learn. So that's why I make this change.
That's really exciting. Thanks for sharing. And I think it's really incredible seeing the boom of different collaborations within digital art, especially in China. I feel like the landscape, it's really like happening really quickly, and there's such a wealth of different types. Can we just talk a little bit about kind of what this digital art landscape in China looks like, and what are some, like, I guess, different types of collaboration? Because I think with tech and art, people will also have the question of, is art servicing tech, or is tech servicing art, or what is the relationship between the two? So what are, like, I guess from your experience, like your opinions and ideas on this?
So I would like to answer to the first question. The first question is about what's the digital art landscape in China. So I can only tell you about the landscape of Shanghai because I live in Shanghai. I don't know the landscape of other area, other cities, but in Shanghai it works pretty well. People are getting more and more familiar with different kind of forms of digital art. For example, when you went to the club, they have this kind of laser projection. They have this kind of DJ and VJ that create pretty abstract images and music. It's not like this kind of boom boom boom, just really simple techno music to dance. It's more like a explosion of this kind of experimental sound art. So this was happening in some top uh, like club, like for KW, like all. So Shanghai has this kind of space for the young artists to exhibit, to show their works to the audience. And Shanghai has this kind of certain group of audience who can understand this, who love this. So I think there's a really good start.
That's it for this episode of Beyond Codes and Aesthetics. If you like what you heard, you can subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you listen to your podcasts. Also, please take a moment to rate and review this podcast. It will help other listeners discover what we're doing. Beyond Codes and Aesthetics is produced by Kohei and translations on Himalaya podcasts by Will Jiang. Take care and see you next time.